A mental health expert is cautioning those who may question the motivations behind Fitzsimmons' actions. News 3's Andy Choi joins us with more on why doctors hope the public is sympathetic to similar missing persons cases. Andy.
Eric, this is not the first time the area has seen a high-profile return of a missing person. You might recall Francine Tate, the Windsor woman found in northern Wisconsin, as well as the staged disappearance of Audrey Sealer in 2004. Both left on their own regard, but one psychiatrist we talked to says their actions shouldn't be viewed as deviant. We met up with forensic psychiatrist Dr. Ken Robbins here by the marsh where authorities found Audrey Sealer 3 years ago.
Well, I don't think this is something that one can carefully explain rationally, because usually when this happens, people involved are really struggling.
Dr. Robbins says the recent high-profile disappearances and eventual reappearances can't all be categorized into one group.
These cases are not so prevalent that it's easy to make generalizations, and I think each one needs to be taken as an individual and sort of thought through carefully.
But Robbins does say in each case the individual's stress reached an uncontrollable level.
If the stress is not something that's controllable, then look at ways that you can manage it, and that usually means finding some release.
Just keep track of your breathing.
Courtney Neshkash says her release from life stress is yoga.
When I come in, there's definitely a heaviness that is upon me, and when I'm leaving, definitely I do feel lighter.
Almost all the members come in because they want to heal themselves in some manner, whether it's injury, psychological stress, or just life beating them down.
And while most folks can learn to temper day-to-day stress, Dr. Robbins says it's important to be understanding when an individual can't.
And I think it's important not to jump to conclusions and not to get angry at this person assuming that you understand what happened, because of course these are very personal issues.
Also tonight we spoke to Steve Tate, Francine Tate's husband, a Windsor woman who disappeared in July, only to be found weeks later. He says Francine is getting better, starting to feel better day to day, and he tells us the biggest lesson he's learned is making sure there's always an open line of communication between family members, especially when it comes to emotional well-being.
Yeah, Andy, there's a real concern among authorities. Cases like this one, the Tate case that you mentioned, could affect the public's perception of future missing persons cases. Here's what Sheriff Dave Mahoney has to say about it.
What I hope doesn't occur is that cases like this and the Francine Tate case numb people to not get involved.
So obviously what he's saying here is you got to take them all seriously,
Yeah,
right?
and the problem is we're always asking why. And Eric, Dr. Robbins tells us mental health issues aren't often taken seriously, even within the family. And these type of high-profile events have often turned the public sympathy into cynicism, which leaves those who need help to remain quiet about their conditions.
Andy Choi reporting tonight. Andy, thank you very much. Now, mental health experts say if you feel anxiety, depression, or any kind of stress setting in, the first thing you should do is seek assessment of the problem. Once the issue is properly diagnosed, seek proper treatment, they say. And Dr. Robbins says most mental health issues can be overcome with treatment over time.